Hello everyone, Ember here, and welcome back to a new video. And first of all, I just want to say thank you for being patient. I've taken like a bit of a break just because I've been very, very ill the last few weeks and also very, very busy. So thank you very much for your patience. But yeah, in this video, I wanted to take a look at a new Paldean Tauros deck. Now, Paldean Tauros is of course not a particularly new Pokemon, so to speak. He is from the, well, Paldean region, but he is a lot of fun, and this deck is also just a blast as well for a budget deck. So, Raging Charge. For a single fighting energy, does 40 damage for each of your Pokemon that has Tauros in its name, that has any damage counters on it, which is really nice. Now, for some silly reason, when I first saw this card revealed, I was like, wow, this does 40 damage for every damage counter on each of your Paldean Tauros and your Tauros in play. That sounds really, really good. And sadly, it's nowhere near as broken as that. It is literally just 40 damage for each damage counter on, per one Tauros. So, you can only ever hit like 240 with this deck, which is, it's still fine. Like it's not like bad damage or anything for a single prizer, and there is some ways we can modify it, which we'll talk about in a sec. But like still, it's not as crazy broken as I really want it to be, sadly. But yeah. Raging Charge is the main attack here. Double Edge is really irrelevant. Like you really don't need to use Double Edge ever. But like, I guess if you want to use it in a pinch, you absolutely can. But like unless you're dead drawing, which you shouldn't be with this deck, like Double Edge is not an attack you need to worry about. I will say this though: the weakness to Psychic is kind of a point, kind of a words, kind of a pain, just because Monkey Dory can easily one-shot you at that point. So yeah, Monkey Dory is a bit annoying. It also has resistance to you, so just make sure you can actually one-shot a Monkey Dory and don't attack with only 3 damage Tauros in play. You need 4, so. Yeah, Monkey Dory is a bit annoying for this deck. But yeah, as for the other Tauros, we play this guy, which has the attack Rage. Now, there is actually another Tauros that can do like 100 damage to opponent's active evolution Pokemon. If you want to use that one, it's not like the worst Tauros in the world. It's probably your next best option. But this one's just a lot better. I know it's from like the Mew set though, so it's kind of annoying to get hold of. But it does have a Call for Family style attack, which is good because this will trigger with the Stadium, which is great. And also the attack Rage does 30 damage and then 10 more for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So if Tauros is damaged a lot for whatever reason, then, Rage is a nice backup attacker, but typically you'll only ever need to attack with this guy. We do also have 1 copy of Emolga in the deck. Now, I have seen some Japanese lists play 2 or more of these guys. I personally don't think it's super necessary. Like in the game I have recorded for you today, I don't use Emolga once in the match. It's not critical to every single game. But, it can be nice as an opener. It does also have free retreat, so it's a nice little pivot. Everything else in the deck has a retreat cost of 1 or 2, so it's a bit annoying. So having a pivot on the board is nice, but, obviously do be careful because 60 HP is not a lot. But of course, the main appeal here is that you can damage your opponent's Pokemon and also damage your own Tauros all in one go. So Emolga is quite nice in that sense. I know, yeah, Tatsugiri is here because it's a nice way of finding some supporters. Like, we do not have the bench space for a Dunsparce line or even a Pheasantipity. And Pheasantipity also like defeats the point really of a more single price budget deck as well. So the fact that we only have to play a Tatsugiri is really nice. So yeah, I've been doing fine with just Tatsugiri. I will talk about the energy quickly just because like 7 basic fighting energy seems like a lot, but I think it's important to have a lot of ways of finding them as well and just like making sure you're not running out of these. And you're not just wasting Night Stretchers on fighting energy. Like you do want to be spending your Night Stretchers on your Pokemon. So having 7 basic energy, I think, is wise. You could, in theory, just like ditch one of these for, I don't know, like another Tatsugiri, just a bit of insurance, another Emolga maybe if you prefer it, or like another trainer if you really wanted to. But I think the 7 energy is absolutely fine. So yeah, the main trainer to talk about here really is Risky Ruins, which says whenever a player puts a basic non-dark Pokemon onto their bench during their turn, place 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Now, if you're not too familiar with this stadium, it is really important to note that this can be triggered through effects like Nest Ball. So, you can actually just Nest Ball for a Tauros once the stadium is in play, and it will trigger. It also means you can use Call for Family on the regular Tauros, and it will do that. I don't recommend using Call for Family, like it's a bit of a waste because the attack Rage is just useless basically in the early turns. But, it is worth mentioning, at the very least. We do also have a Penny in here, just to move our Pokemon a bit. We have Air Balloon as well, because, like, as you'll see in the game, like, Pokemon getting stuck can be a bit annoying, so, and the deck isn't running any switches. I think it's better to not run switches in this build, and just have, like, a proper Air Balloons, just because it gives you a bit more, like, flexibility and stuff throughout the game, and a bit more permanence, if you will. But yeah, 3 Rockets Venture Bomb, which is a very fun card. You don't have to play this, but it can be fun to get a bit of extra chip damage, and a bit of extra damage on your Tauros generally doesn't hurt too much. So yeah, Venture Bomb is nice. Gong is pretty self-explanatory, like fighting Pokemon or basic fighting energy, definitely really good because we can't use Poffin. Brave Bangle for a plus 30 modifier, very nice to see. And I think that's pretty much it, except like Premium Power Pro is a plus 30 modifier straight up, so very nice. I could definitely see the argument to running 4 of these instead of like 3 Rockets Bombs. So, you just run 2 of these and then maybe 4 of the Premium Pro. That's probably not a bad idea either. Just means you can maybe hit like Donks a bit easier. You could also run like Vessel, but I think Fighting Gong takes care of the energy just fine. But yeah, as for like actually finding our stadium, we do have Secret Box as the chosen A spec. I do think this is the best A spec by far for this deck. Like Prime Catcher, probably not terrible. Like Maximum Belt is whatever, but like I think Secret Box is definitely the best one, just because it's a bit more utility in finding supporters, but it's also there to like get your stadium basically. It just guarantees the stadium. But yeah, having said that, the deck is pretty cheap to put together. Like you can get the Secret Box in the Trainer's Toolkit actually, but it's probably like the most expensive aspect about this deck, I would say. Like you could play this as a budget deck without an A spec, but I would definitely say like if you can afford it, like definitely go for the Secret Box. But yeah, otherwise the deck is very cheap to put together. So that's definitely one of the big positives about this one. But yeah, it's been Ember Power. Let me know what you think about Paldean Tauros down below. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to discard some researchers and probably a Premium Power Pro, I'm guessing. That probably makes a bit of sense, even though I might want to KO Monkey Dory. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get a... I want to say Iono, although my opponent's hand is pretty weak. So like maybe Boss, just in case. So we'll get a Boss. We will get a... We'll get a Nest Ball. We do kind of want a tool card as well, so I'll get the Bangle. And I'll get a Risky Ruins. So Risky Ruins is kind of like the big important one here, really. So yeah, we get that down. Then we get a damage on that guy. So yeah, that triggers afterwards for some reason. I don't know why it places the damage counters on it and then triggers the stadium, but yeah, that's what it does. Then we Nest Ball for, I think, just another one of these guys, actually. Just so we have another backup attack already. And then we're actually in an okay position where we're not quite doing enough damage, but we're doing enough where I think we can actually afford to attack. I will attract customers. Whatever, didn't get anything. I could have maybe dumped all research and just gotten the KO this turn with a Raging Charge. I guess that was always an option, but it's fine, I think. So yeah, Resistance, unfortunately, will save them. And they also have the annoying healing thing, so yeah. Don't particularly love Monkey Dory these days, but it is what it is. We're not in a great position because they can one-shot us with Mind Bend, which is a bit frustrating. So if they have a Crispin, then, that's a problem. But yeah, I'm thinking it's maybe just a Mega Gengar deck, or like a Sharpedo deck, potentially. Not sure what else they've got going on in their hand, though. And what can this do? Not much. Roaring Moon, okay. So Roaring Moon is weak to grass, I think? Yeah, weak to grass. That's not going to do much for us. So yeah, just healing the Tatsugiri. So realistically, in a perfect world, it would be nice to... Okay, yeah, I think we just KO Monkey Dory. I think we just remove Monkey Dory, to be honest. They didn't actually use Toxtricity, which is interesting. Is that not just from the deck? Yeah. Interesting. Okay, I do think we just boss in this situation. Like, I think we just get rid of this. Because it's very annoying, and we don't have much else going on in the hand, so... I don't think we need to do much else, we just KO Monkey Dory. We do have more boss in the deck as well, if we ever want to try and get some easy prizes and go after Pekarund. Now, drawing a rescue stretcher is a little bit frustrating, just because it means that, we will probably research, right? So that's kind of a shame in that sense. They do feed me a Roaring Moon, though, which is interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure What's going on here? Like, why the moon? I'm assuming they just kind of like ran out of steam, but it's a Monkey Dory deck. I'm not really feeling sorry for them right now. We're also just not doing a ton of damage ourselves. Like, we're only doing 90, so at the very least, we can always like just KO Pack a Runt with the next Tauros with a Brave Bangle. So that's a fine option. Boss, okay. That's annoying. I don't think we have another Air Balloon, so yeah, we're just stuck for now. Whatever, I guess. We're gonna have to do some raging for some very minimal damage. Yeah, so we lose a Stretcher. I think we can slap the Bangle on the other Tauros. Then just research. Dig for some energy. At the very least, they will take damage whenever they bench anything, and they are in top deck mode, so I'm not complaining too much, right? You know what? Why not? Let's just do this. It's a fun option. Tails? Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's fine. Right, we'll put Bangle down there. I will research. Cool, I guess. Put that down as a pivot if we really wanted to. I think we can just get another Tauros though. Yeah, let's get another one of these guys. So he gets damaged. And we can just gather the crew. I think the stadium will trigger with this. I think. We'll just get the other one, it's fine. Yeah, it does trigger. Okay, that's cool. I wasn't sure about that interaction, but yeah, that's good to know. So yeah, next turn we can Rage for 70 damage, which isn't a lot. We could take it up to 100 if we really wanted to, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. They are choosing to attack with Pekkarunt. I'm guessing because they've got nothing else really. Like, they could attack with Toxtricity, but like only doing 100, I guess. It's not a lot. This does feel like a bit of a waste of energy, but yeah, we don't really have much of a choice, so I'm just gonna Rage. May as well Rage. So yeah, we'll see what they do here. See if they finally get out of top deck mode. This was happening to me earlier today. It's not very fun to be in. Right. Another Sinister Surge, where's that going? Probably to itself. Oh, to the other one, okay. Maybe they want a call for family? Maybe? I mean, I don't mind taking another prize card, because it then means we can just focus on knocking out the big guys. And take the last two prizes that way. If they want to do that, that's fine. Okay, I think they're going to wait another turn, so... we're not quite doing enough damage for Rocket's Venture Bomb to be worth it, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm also not going to get any more energy out the deck. I just want to leave a few in, just in case they do some more boss stall shenanigans, because like we do have an Air Balloon in the prizes, so kind of important we don't leave ourselves open to a boss stall play. And we also only have 25 cards in deck, so kind of a problem. We are down 3 research, so we won't be doing any more digging for the rest of the game. Well, we're down 4 research actually, but are we down 2 boss as well? No, just the 1, okay. Yeah, just the 1. Yeah, it's still a bit of a weird game though, because they could flip this quite easily if we just run out of energy and stuff, but we just don't discard Night Stretcher now. Like, we just keep Night Stretcher around. Alright, they pass. Cool. Do I do enough now to KO them? 150 plus 70. No? Question mark? I don't think I was doing enough. No. No, I don't think I was. That's fine though. Yeah, we can just do this. So, RIP Tauros. Tauros about to die. Risky Ruins is fine, I guess, if we ever bump our stadium. I would have much preferred an Air Balloon though. So Irritated Outburst is fine, but we are about to take another 2 prize cards. Right, Lee's Determination for the full 8 because they haven't taken a prize yet. So yeah, this is not really a position my opponent wants to be in, but if they can get another Toxtricity going, then yeah, they just want to KO us with that. So Risky Ruins will help their Munkidori, which kind of sucks, but we are kind of in the end game now, so it's not the end of the world. Ultra Ball for what? Another Toxtricity. Double Countercatcher goes away. That's nice. Yeah. So I'm guessing they just want to KO us with Toxtricity, which is really annoying. But at the same time, all we need to do is just like track down a boss. And we can like wrap this up. So it's not a super big deal. So yeah, 220. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Yeah, this is more than enough anyway without the bangle, so don't want to waste that. Another energy anyway. I guess energy down here. I mean, I don't think we'll need more than 4 attackers anyway, so I think we can actually just Night Stretcher for another Tauros. Do we want to do that? Yeah, I think we have enough energy. I'll take the energy. Just because, yeah, just because. Like, I'm not... It's not that I'm not confident that we don't have it, but just in case. Just in case. Right, yeehaw, 2 prizes. There's the air balloon, finally. So yeah, we are going to get hit by an Iono, which is a bit of a shame. But we have Tatsugiri on board. It's not the end of the world. You also didn't have a Dark Energy for Munkidori last turn, so it's not as if they can KO Tatsugiri as well. Alright, what's this? What is that? Alright, it's a Mega Absol, okay. Wait, you're weak to fighting, right? No, you're weak to grass, of course you are. Oh, it's annoying. Right, if we can just draw another boss, we're fine. Like, we can just draw a boss, we're good. We're chill. If we can just finish off literally anything around here. Although, actually, if they can't retreat Toxtricity this turn, then we do just win, so there's that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Figures.